Hi everybody, and welcome to this video where I'm sharing with you the latest layout I've created for Bramble Fox Design Team. I started with a cut file that I got from HipKit. It's an older one, and I painted it with some of the Lindy's Gang Shakers powder that I diluted a little bit in water. So I had the pink one and I had the red one, and I've diluted them and then I've mixed them a little bit on my cut file to create a bit of volume and a colour blend. Heat dried it with my heat gun, as I always do, because that's one of the best way for me to dry it off. And then I added a little bit of splatters of black that I diluted in water to make it a little bit more transparent, so not full on black. I wanted it to be a little bit grey. I glued my cut file in a way that I would still have the volume from it, because obviously when I got it wet on with my watercolour, it gave it a little bit of a buckle effect, and I wanted to keep that, to just really have that volume and to make the heart pop off the page. So I then used the outside of my cut file as a stencil to have hearts that would be exactly the same size and same shape as the one from my cut file. So I drew around in the hole on my paper and then I cut it by hand. So I fast forwarded it, and I've only showed you how I've cut 3 other hearts, and as you can see, that's afterwards once I've cut all my hearts in my paper. So I used some of the Pink Fresh Studio papers that were in the January kit from HipKit. I also used some vellum paper to add a little bit of transparency and a little bit of texture to my page. And I added one other card from the kit, the Daily Record kit from HipKit. So I'm placing all my heart around. I've glued them on top of each other with just a tiny bit of, just a tiny dot of glue, because I want it to be able to fold them up. Then I'm onto my photograph. So I started with this photo of Sophia in a bath. I absolutely love this photo. And I'm trying to find how to layer it and how to play it on my page. Using some of the cards, same again from the Life kit from HipKit. It's the first time I've ordered this kit, and I thought it was really nice to have little samples of papers and different pattern that I can use in a different way rather than the big 12 by 12 sheet. I'm not, I don't really do life journaling album, Project Life album. I've done one in that type for Christmas, but I always use 12 by 12 album, and I thought that it would be a good exercise to try and use these cards on my 12 by 12 layouts. So I'm layering with the perspective from Bramble Fox with my photos and different cards, etc. I put it on my page, and I don't like it. I really don't like it at all. So I'm going back to the drawing board, going back through my photos again, looking which one I'm going to use on this page. And then I remembered this photo I took one morning of Sophia peeking through the window. And I thought the colours from her pyjamas and the bed and the curtains, it just matched perfectly with my layout. And even the head from the bed, that metal frame, had a heart shape, and I thought it's just actually meant to be for this page, and I decided to go with this one instead. So I went through my ephemeras from the Pink Fresh Studio pack, and I layer them around, play about, and I thought I still liked that perspective, the favourite, and I just so wanted to use it on my page. So I decided to unstick my photo that I had done previously and layer the new one on there and try and play with that and just do it one layer by layers. So there you go, I'm just playing around with layers and trying to find the right adjustment and trying to find the right placement really for everything on my page. So there you go. Hi guys, so my camera died, the battery, yesterday while I was in the middle of filming, so just to show you what I've done that's missing on the film is really just the journaling here, which is done as usual with my stamps right there, and that's about it. This is just not stuck down, it's just placement to play around and try and find where I want what. These are glued and in place for now, and this is it. So we're going back on fast forward mode. And we're back on voiceover. So I got my sewing machine out and I'm stitching right in the middle of the heart directly onto my page. So I just stitch one line straight through the heart, and this will help me to fold the hearts up and create that volume that I want. And now I'm playing repeatedly in the bottom corner of my page to add that little stitch effect, and I think it looks a bit like a heartbeat from you know, the heart monitors, and it's just go really well with the theme. I'm really happy with it. So I still thought though that it was a little bit empty in that corner, and I decided to cut a little heart. As you can see, Sophia is trying to help me here, is multitasking with the baby. So now it's been done and Sophia's back in bed, I'm continuing with all my frames, and I wanted to add this little frame as well in red because I thought it missed that red on that bit. But my problem is that I didn't want to recreate that overly layered look that I had in a previous photo that I didn't like. So I snapped the embellishment, the perspective frame, so that they would fit next to each other perfectly next to my photo. It's perfectly fine if you have an embellishment that you want to use but doesn't quite fit. It's fine to alter it. You can change embellishments, you can change papers, you can change everything to make it fit the story you want to tell and to make it fit your page. So this is what I did with these perspective. I just snapped them so that they would fit next to each other and under my photograph without adding a volume that I didn't want to have there. So I'm continuing with other little bit of embellishment. I'm trying to see where I want to have some of the exos, and really taking a step back, I realized that it needed a little bit more of mixed media on my background, and to get that blue out a little bit again, because I thought that blue was absolutely gorgeous with those pinks and red. So I used my watercolors and some water, and I diluted some blue to put on my background really lightly so that it's not overpowering. I just want it just as a very, very light subtle colour coming through from the background. And I added it between all the hearts. I'm also decided that it needs a little bit more. I wasn't quite happy. I didn't think it was completed, and these pink paisley heart were absolutely perfect to add a little bit more heart, and it just make it look like all these little hearts are coming out of the page layered onto each other. It's a bit like them filter you can get on Instagram, really, you know, where you've got them hearts swimming around when you can use them filters, and it's just, I thought it looked a little bit like that. It really added a little bit more dimension, a little bit more volume, and the exos were spot on to bring more contrast to my page, and also to repeat the black from the striped paper that I absolutely love from Pink Fresh Studio. That black striped paper is I think one of my favourite of this kit. I love contrast, and I love how it works with the red and the pink and even the blue. So yeah, very happy with that. So yeah, just trying to come up with a few more finishing. I'm trying to choose my title, and although I absolutely love those titles, I love the writing, I love the colours, it I couldn't find one that would work in the color I wanted and in the wording I wanted for this layout. So I decided to use a technique that I've used before, which is to place my title on my photo and then to recolor it with some Nouveau Drop. And it just then fit the story I want to tell. It fit also my color scheme for my layout. We don't have the yellow word like it would have been. It's just the right color. It's not enough pink, it's not a green, it's just what I need for this. And it goes back to what I was saying to you about the embellishment. It's okay to alter the embellishment. It's okay to alter thickers and title just to make your page work for you. And it's all about, really, you're there to have fun, you're there to enjoy yourself and to make a page that you love. And if for that you need to alter something, then so be it. You alter it and you do what you want to do with it. It's all about being creative. So there you go. And I'm happy with my page and absolutely love those colours, and I really hope that you like it too. Please leave comments, feedback, and thank you for watching this video. Thank you for all the love and support. Please go and have a look on Bramble Fox website. It's part of the February Fox box. It's monthly subscription, and it's such great value for money. You get loads of perspectives in there. And yeah, just go and have a look. Thank you for watching. Bye.